Most professionals I talk to, they are spending 1 to 2 hours daily, and that is not on the bigger project but on the friction of work, like writing an email, prioritizing the task, or staring at the blank screen. In this video, I'm not going to give you any cool AI tools. I'm going to give you an exact daily workflow that I use to reclaim that time. And if you are using, or if you are seeing AI as a toy, then this is the video that gonna break your myths and start using as a primary engine to complete your workflows. Now look at your daily morning, how it looks like. You enter the office or your workplace with a lot of tasks in your bucket or in your to-do list. Then you have a bunch of emails in your inbox, and you are overthinking how to make the decisions, which one to pick up the task. Okay, so this is the you are into a zone where you are already stressed before you take a sip of coffee in your morning. And this is not because you are lazy, this is because you are overthinking and doing the things which can be automated, and you are thinking a lot on the repetitive task. And this is increasing your stress, and your cognitive ability is reduced before you can actually start on the task. And you are not just losing the time, you are losing the most important thing, which is your energy, and that too before lunch. Here is the secret. AI is not just to ask random questions or do a small task, it is a workflow multiplier. And I will tell you the secret, like how you can, instead of thinking manually or individually, you can think with AI, improve your productivity, lessen your cognitive stress or workload, and you have that better energy that you can use in high value tasks. Step one is start with clarity. That is your morning clarity. When you start with clarity, you end with confidence. And there is a task that you have daily, you have around 15 tasks, and you are writing it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And with your experience, you are starting it one by one and making it done. This is the usual process with everyone do. But this is the time consuming and also overwhelming. And sometimes we miss the prioritization, which task we need to pick up. And we sometimes also focus on what does not even matter, and this is losing your energy. Instead of thinking manually and thinking yourself, think with AI. Dump all your tasks to the AI and let it prioritize for you, and then you start on it. And this will definitely gonna improve your productivity, and your time that you are focusing on execution will drastically reduce. Let's see this practically, how I prioritize my task, and it will give you a good idea how you can do it for yourself. In order to start your day with clarity, you should put all your tasks, prioritize the task, and pick the task according to the priority. And we will use the AI to do that instead of banging our head and getting overwhelmed in very early time of the day. I have the following task for today, and I'll give the list of tasks. My main goal is to complete the content and course creation for this week. Use the Eisenhower matrix and prioritize the task. Tell me what is that one thing that will move the needle, and also suggest how can I do the task without much context switching. These are the top 8 or 10 tasks I do daily basis. And then I am telling that my goal is to complete the I am giving them what is important to me for this week. And then I'm asking to use the Eisenhower matrix to prioritize the task, and what is the main thing I should take care of. So this is the prompt I have given. Okay, and I'll give this prompt, and AI will prioritize the task for me, and it will also tell what is important. So it is using this matrix, Eisenhower matrix, and it is telling what is urgent and important. So this is the task I have to do first. So pick up my kids at 3 p.m., team meeting at 11 a.m., and meeting with the banker. So these are the urgent and important tasks. Then, so I have to complete these first. And if I have time, then I should pick the next one, which is important and not urgent, like creating the content for the week. This is important for me, but this is not urgent. So creating tasks, and these are the urgent tasks. So that's why the priority is given to the urgent task and not to the important one. And then it is giving me urgent, not important, not urgent. So just follow the sequence and do it one by one. Now it is telling me what is the one thing that moves the needle. Okay, so create the content for the week. So this is the important thing. And finally it is giving me blocks, like from this time to this time you have to do this time. For example, block 1 is a deep work, which is 7 a.m. to 10:30, and I focus on the scripts, hand tool, hook writing, content structure, no coding, no meeting, and no phone in this particular time, and output is 3 to 5 scripts. Okay, so this is giving me exactly what I should do at 3 p.m. And then it is giving me another block. Notice what has just happened here. You have not just created a list, you have created a strategy, and this will save. You have just completed in couple of minutes, right? Less than a minute itself. So and this will save your 20 to 30 minutes of your time, and this which will go in overthinking. Now we will move into a real work, and we will use AI to do the three important tasks in your daily work, which is communication, planning, and thinking. Let's start with the first pillar, which is more important, that is communication. It can make or break the work. And let's see this as practical. I want to write an email to the client informing about the delay. So that is the use case we will take. Instead of write an email to the client informing about the delay in one line, we will give the context, and so that we get a proper quality and very specific output to send it in an email to my client. Okay. Write an email to the client manager. His name is John, and inform him about the delay for the delivery. And the reason is that we do not get the API delivery on time from the third party vendor. We have fixed the issue now and taken the actions, like we are daily doing Scrum call with the vendor, and also added the contract with point of contact from the vendor's team. Rest assured, this will not happen in future. So write an email to inform about these actions and the risk that has been covered. So okay, I am giving prompt, and in the prompt I am giving all the ingredients, and somehow ChatGPT is, I don't know why it is creating the whole email in the prompt itself. All right, that's great, because the first email that it has given is very lengthy and it's not that clear. But the second email it has given is in a very crisp manner, and it is saying that delayed update, mitigation actions, and the revised progress plan. So this is good subject line, and the chat gpt knows how I work. So I usually prefer the bullet points so that it is clear how what is going on, what are the risk and action it is taking, and it is very precisely, it has given me exactly I want. If it is not giving the output as you want or you prefer, please keep on refining whatever you don't like, so that LLM understand what you need exactly and give you the quality output. Let's look at the second pillar, which is thinking with AI. So instead of thinking yourself and looking at the blank screen continuously due to your overthinking and not getting any real output, dump your ideas, your thinking process, give it your thinking process to AI. It is good in thinking, and get that required output and break that blank page syndrome. I'm facing a problem with my API vendor. They are delaying with the delivery, and because of this, we are facing the heat from our client. I want you to help me fix this problem permanently, and think in terms of three frameworks. Number one is speed, number two is cost, and number three is long term scalability. So, give me the fix considering these three frameworks. All right. So it is clearly saying that this is not an API delay problem. It is a vendor dependency risk problem. How efficient it is. So we are earlier seeing the problem in a wrong way. So now we will see that it is a vendor dependency risk. Now it is giving me the solution in terms of speed, in terms of cost, and in terms of long-term scalability. Let's see the what solution it is providing. Immediately it is saying that the parallel fallback vendor, identify one backup API vendor and route critical request through fallback primary. So it is asking that immediately find some other vendor. Cache and queue and graceful degradation, structurally build an API architecture layer, abstraction layer, and your system talks to your layer, not directly to the vendor. So it is asking some kind of your mock-up APIs that you can build. So this is how you can speedily, means immediately you can implement it, like create your mock server or find some other vendor. Okay. In terms of cost, it is saying that add SLA penalties so that you are not facing the heat, you are not facing the penalties, your customer is facing the penalties. Similarly, it is providing the solutions for the cost, and similarly for the scalabilities like API gateway layer, routing, retry logic failure, async processing model, observation system. So you can see that how beautifully it is defining the framework based on your particular requirement. So this is how, if you are providing the right prompt, it is giving you the exact specific solution to your problem. I hope you got a lot of value by seeing at how you can fix the problem permanently using AI, and that too with ease. Now, moving on, let's understand the more important and the most important part, which is the planning. And as a senior professionals, you frequently use this. You frequently need help in planning so that you have a robust and foolproof plan. And as a manager and architect, it adds more value to it. So we will use AI to do that. Let's see this into the practical. Say you are a project manager or an architect, and you are given a new project which you have no idea about it. So you want to kickstart that project using AI. Let's see how you can give the prompt for that. I have to start on a project which is to onboard a client in lesser time. Break it down into 10 tactical steps that I need to use related to the processes and related to the tools and the technologies that I can go for it. And also tell me what are the bottleneck that I can face so that I am aware and make it proper arrangement for them. Okay, so I want to start a project. So this is the task I have given, and I have given what exactly I need. I need some steps to break down the problem, and then I'm saying that okay, give me where I can see the bottleneck. So this will give me the clarity what I need to do first, and also what are the risks involved in it. So both things will be covered here. This is how you can kickstart your project. So it is giving me 10 step, which is a tactical system, 10-step tactical system. So it is standardize your onboarding blueprint, and then it is showing that use Notion or Airtable, pre-qualify your onboarding. So it is using type form so that the customer can fill the form, and then auto schedule, auto confirmation. So it is using the calendly to book the meetings for that. So central CRM to get all the details logged about the client, proposal and agreement automation, and instant payment capture, auto onboarding kit delivery, so that when the immediately after payment the onboarding kit will be delivered. So it is giving me that, oh okay, these are the different tasks that you can think about it, and it will give me more clarity about the project, what are the steps, what are the tasks involved, what are the process I need to create, and then I can go further deeper for each of these tasks and create a final foolproof draft or the high level design about the project. And then it is dashboard, internal task automation, so all the processes that might be required, it has listed. And finally it is taking the bottleneck, like incomplete client inputs. This could be one bottleneck. The client is not providing input, there is a manual coordination between the tool, proposal over customization. So you got the idea, right? So you understand what the project that you are going to develop, and you also be looking into what could be the issues while you are working in the project. Now let's understand the benefit out of it so that you can start using AI with confidence. Earlier that like you have seen these prompts, right? So 80% of the task is done by the AI, only 20% task is from the human touch, like based on your experience you want to do certain changes with the AI output. So this will drastically reduce your overthinking loop and the time that you are spending on each task. And let's understand a quick math as well over here. So earlier you are spending around 20 to 30 minutes in writing an email, and then you are planning your day also in the morning, that you are spending again 30 minutes minimum. And then finally you are working on a project, you are spending hours on that. Then you are kickstarting your project, you are brainstorming yourself or with your team, taking meetings and all that. So easily you are spending around 2 to 3 hours on these tasks per day. And if you are using the, like you have seen the prompts, writing an email, it takes around 2 minutes, planning again 2 to 3 minutes, And finally, the project brainstorming, that you are kickstarting the project, a maximum 10 minutes. So you can easily see that daily you are saving 90 minutes, and you can, if you work on a whole week, 7.5 hours a week, and that's the whole day you are saving per week. So start using AI, understand how it works, understand the criticality of it, and start implementing it in your daily work.